Section 3. The lesser judgments inflicted by God upon a guilty nation considered as kind warnings that greater are soon to be expected, if the former are disregarded. But is there not mercy mixed with the divine proceedings against us? Hath not our punishment hitherto been light compared with our sin? Hath not this, and the other calamity which has been inflicted upon us come in a gradual way? This conduct of providence shows how loath the God of heaven is to give up a sinful people to deserve destruction. He begins with these lesser judgments to prevent greater. By these he endeavors to awaken an unholy nation to a sight and sense of their iniquities, and to reform it. But when indeed these have been tried for a time, if no salutary effects follow, as hinted above, mercy leaves the throne, gives place to justice, and the fatal blow is struck. What I have now advanced seems to be exemplified in the conduct of divine providence towards the Israelites. Amos 4:6. I have given you cleanness of teeth in all your cities, and want of bread in all your places. Yet have you not returned unto me, saith the Lord. 9. I have smitten you with blasting and mildew when your gardens, and your vineyards, and your fig trees, and your olive trees increased, the palmer worm devoured them. Yet have you not returned unto me, saith the Lord. 10. I have sent among you the pestilence after the manner of Egypt. Your young men have I slain with the sword, and have taken away your horses. And see, yet have you not returned unto me, saith the Lord. 11. I have overthrown some of you as God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, and you are as a firebrand plucked out of the burning. Yet have you not returned unto me, saith the Lord. Therefore thus will I do unto thee. O Israel, the virgin of Israel, chap v2, is fallen. She shall rise no more. She is forsaken upon the land, as there is none to raise her up. The same point is illustrated by those various smaller evils which Josephus and other authors tell us preceded the last destruction of Jerusalem. There were several wars of the Jews among themselves. There was a famine, according to Eusebius, in the 4th year of Claudius, which oppressed the Roman Empire, but more especially Palestine. By this famine, saith Josephus, many perished. The same author affirms that when one Niger was named by the Jews, he imprecated famine and pestilence on their cities, all which God brought upon them. He likewise acquaints us that there happened in Judea vehement winds, dreadful thunderings and lightnings, and loud noises occasioned by the shaken earth, which, as a person might conjecture, portended no small evil. Joseph, Debel, Judaic, Lib 4, C4, Sect 5. These awful warnings of long-suffering God gave to that stubborn people, but they were without effect. For these are the words of the above-mentioned historian concerning his countrymen. Hagar alla Melanoi Manidinia Tunkakan Alazonia Cos and Akatwa, that they did not manifest the least repentance for their sins in the midst of their miseries, but were as proud and presumptuous as if all things went well with 50-60. Divine patience therefore being exhausted, wrath came upon them to the uttermost. What I have already said concerning the steps taken by the deity to reclaim an unrighteous nation before he proceeds to extremities accords too with the course which the excellent historian Gildas informs us the holy God took with the ancient Britons before he brought upon them a general ruin. The decay phase of the British nation began by civil wars, and high discontents remaining as the consequence of them. After this there was a general decay and poverty among the people. During this state of poverty, and see, they had wars with the Pyots and Scots, their inveterate enemies. No sooner had they a little breathing space, but they returned to their luxury and other sins. Is then God sends amongst them a consuming pestilence, which destroyed an incredible number of people. When all this did not reform them, those in whom they had chiefly confided betrayed them, by whose means not only the cities were burnt with fire, but the whole island was turned almost into one continued flame. Attentively view, sirs, the admirable patience of God displayed not only towards the seers, but, what may affect us more, towards the old inhabitants of this country. Observe their abuse of it in the dreadful issue. This piece of history teaches us a very important and interesting lesson. May heaven assist us in hearing it. Are not our circumstances and theirs much alike? Hath not the deity exercised towards us Gildas de Exit, Brit his patience for a considerable time, tried us with one affliction and then another. Our afflictions indeed have been less grievous than theirs, and soon followed with unexpected mercies, which has rendered our case the more perilous. Notwithstanding these judgments and mercies do hot the same immoralities and impieties prevail amongst us. What then, my dear sirs, have we to expect, considered as a nation, from the hands of the injured and righteous judge of the universe?